The criminal's mind. The kingdom of Shamnagar was ruled by King Bhupal Narendra. It was a small kingdom, but the king made it an example of sound administration. He never allowed any criminal to go free. He never let a man who had done something good to go unrewarded. One day, a woman met the king. She was in tears. "My lord," she said, "my husband Jaikant used to run a shop in our village. 2 days ago, he went to the town to buy several goods for the shop, but he did not come back. I sent my nephew to the town yesterday to meet the merchants who used to supply the merchandise to him. To my horror, I learned that they never saw him. In other words, he did not reach the town. What is there to be so upset about it? He might have gone somewhere else," observed the king. "My lord, a villager who was returning from the town saw him getting into a boat for crossing the river. The town is on the opposite bank of the river. Had he reached the other bank, he would have reached the town. My fear is—" The woman could not complete her statement. She broke down. The king consoled her with many words and promised to take care of her family, and then sent his detectives to find out who were plying the ferry boats on that particular day. The detectives reported to him that there were two boatmen plying two ferry boats. One was Ghanshyam and the other one was Nattu. The detectives also informed the king that Nattu had only recently started his career as a boatman. Earlier he had suffered imprisonment accused of burglary. Meanwhile, Jaikant's dead body was found in the river. The king himself inspected the dead body before it was cremated. The king sent for Ghanshyam and asked him if he knew Jaikant. "I knew him, my lord. Several times I have carried him across the river, but not during the past week," replied Ghanshyam. "But did you by any chance see Jaikant in the other boat 2 days ago?" asked the king. Ghanshyam thought for a while and said, "My lord, when I ply the boat, I remain thoroughly engrossed in my humble work. 2 days ago, while I was returning from the town side of the river with a solitary passenger, I heard a splashing sound. Then I looked at Nattu's boat, but it was empty." "Empty? Where does Nattu live? In the town or in the village?" asked the king. "In the village, my lord." "Why should he ply his boat towards the town without any passenger if he was to start from the village side?" asked the king. "I have not thought over it, my lord. Maybe he did not find any passenger and he thought of finding some on the other side," said Ghanshyam. "What made that splashing sound?" asked the king. "I have not thought over the question, my lord," replied Ghanshyam. The king immediately sent his sepoys to arrest Nattu. The fellow was brought to the king's court. "Look here, you are to be hanged for pushing Jaikant off your boat." "I never pushed him, my lord. As there was a gust of wind, he fell off the boat along with his money bag." "Why did you not try to save him?" asked the king. "I did, my lord. I took hold of his hair, but it was oily. It slipped off my grip and he was drowned," replied Nattu. Nattu's house was searched and Jaikant's money bag was discovered. Nattu confessed to his crime. The money was restored to Jaikant's widow. Nattu was ordered to be executed. "My lord, the circumstances led us to suspect Nattu. But how were you so sure that he had pushed Jaikant into the river?" the minister asked the king. "The moment he was questioned about Jaikant, the first thing he said was that Jaikant fell into the river with the money bag. The fellow was so conscious of his money bag. Secondly, he said that he tried to save Jaikant by holding on to his oily hair. Well, we saw the dead body. Jaikant was bald," answered the king. Please like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Do provide your feedback in the comment section below. Thanks for listening.